Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to our Paul, Yahweh, Washem, Yahushai, Washem, Makar Kadash. Call Adonai, Yahweh, Washem, Yahushai, Washem, Makar Kadash. That's in the ancient Hebrew, saying all praises to Yahweh, in name Yahushai, in name of the Spirit. Yahweh is the correct name for the God of the Bible, who the world ignorantly call Jehovah, God, or Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. The true name for the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai. I want to give double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to all brothers and mothers pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. To all I believe in this gospel. Shalom. This lesson, Laws of the main title, the Sabbath, is based on the new moon. Which is basically for new brothers, coming into this faith. Right, because this is something we know, and at times we go back to the basics. So the Lazarin, this just be, I want to try to make this concise. I need to find Lazarin until like out there. So I'm going to start off with, of course, the commandment in the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. It says, "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it." And then that's the commandment. So we're supposed to work 6 days and the 7th rest. So the question is it today, Friday, Saturday, according to people believe or whatever practice today. Okay. And I'm just gonna get something real quick to show you. So the day actually start in the evening and the sun go down. Let's get this real quick. This is Genesis 1:23. It says, "On the evening and the morning were the 5th day." So the evening and the morning were the 5th day. So the 24-hour cycle, so to speak, start in the evening. When the sun go down, you start one. So what we use now to like tell which day the Sabbath fall upon. Right, and which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days where you're supposed to work. Right? This is so we're gonna go to Genesis 1 and see it right here as well, Genesis 1 and 13. It says, "And the evening and the morning were the 3rd day." So again, you start from what? The evening. Verse 14. And which in the correct sense would say, "And the gods, the Elohim," because there was actually the angels who were creating the earth actually. And the Yahushai commanded by Yahweh. It says, and let's read verbatim. "And God said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years." So the heavenly host is basically what was used or created for us on earth till time. Basically our calendar. So we go to this precept here as well in the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 43 to the point, verse 6. It says, "He made the moon also to serve in her season for declaration of times." So the moon is used to declare times, "and a sign of the world. For the moon is a sign of feasts, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name. So the word month actually come from I think it's Latin, mona, which actually mean moon as well. Because again, the month, which is supposed to be 29.5 days, is actually we call it now the phases of the moon. The moon come from we call it from the new moon when you can really see nothing. You zoom it from the visual eye and go back to when you basically have the what I call it the winding crescent, where you see like half of the moon from one side, and then go to the full moon and you see everything, and then go back to the waxing or waning crescent side when you see half of the moon again, half moon again, but it's actually on the other side, and then you go back to the full moon. That whole process takes 29.5 days here upon earth. It says, for the moon, read back verse 8. It says, the month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing. And I'll go back to the phases of the moon. Each phase is actually like a week. I take 7 days really, or 7 point something to be exact, from the new moon to the waning crescent, and then from the waning crescent to the full moon, it take another 7 days basically, and then from the full moon to the waning crescent, it take another 7 days, and then back to the new moon. It says the month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing. So the light increase and it decrease. It says being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. So that's clear to the point. So the moon and the heavenly hosts, basically was set to declare times and feasts and so forth. So we're going to get an account now in the scriptures. We see the Bible testifying of the first day of the month, and you're going to tell you what actually was being done. So with that, we're going to go to First Samuel's chapter. I'm going to skip around. First Samuel chapter 20, let's start at verse 5. And David said unto Jonathan, behold, tomorrow is the new moon. So David I say, tomorrow new moon, G. And I should not fail to sit with the king at meat, because usually the new moon is a name of a feast. Alright. As the scripture says, a time for feast and so forth. It says, and I should not fail to sit with the king at meat, but let me go, and I may hid myself in the field unto the third day at evening. Right? So I'm going to skip down now to verse 24. So David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon was come, the king sat, which is King Saul, sat him down to eat meat. And the king sat upon his seat as at other times, even upon a seat by the wall. And Jonathan arose, and Abner sat by Saul's side, and David's place was empty. Nevertheless, Saul spake not anything that day, for he thought something had befallen him. He is not clean, surely he is not clean. Verse 27. It says, and it came to pass on the morrow, so the next day. So the day now speaking of when them sit down for eat is a new moon. So it says, and it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month. So if the next day is the second day of the month, the first day is actually the new moon. Right? It says, and it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month, that David's place was empty. And Saul said unto Jonathan his son, wherefore cometh not the son of Jesse to meet, neither yesterday, which was the new moon, nor today, which is basically the second day of the month. So you say, oh, guess what? The new moon is actually the first day of the month. and that's actually a Sabbath. When you go to let's say if I precept read it, I'm gonna get Isaiah. All over the Bible it rings it out, telling you that the Sabbath is actually the new moon is also a Sabbath, and I basically start off the month. So this is Isaiah 66 and 23. It says, and it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord. Right, so from one new moon to the other is every month, right? And it basically also refer to it as basically Sabbath, from one Sabbath to another. Because again, the new moon is indeed a Sabbath, and it basically counts the first day of the month, clearly as is written here. And I said we can get some other precepts actually to support the point. You're going to hear it ringing out all over the scriptures. Let's see some real quick. Yeah, so okay. Alright, this is Psalms 81 and 3. It says, blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our Salmon feast day. So it's a feast day. I think this is also going back to the blowing of the trumpet, which go back to blowing of the trumpets eternally, which is a feast day as well. Being coming in the 7th month. This is Leviticus 23 verse 24. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, and holy convocation. So here, Psalms 81 and 3 again, blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our Salmon feast day. So the trumpet's supposed to be blown on the new moon, which is the Salmon feast day. And when we go to Leviticus 23 verse 24, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the first day of the month. So to show you the first day of the month again, which is the new moon, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, and holy convocation. And to be honest, it's really obvious. If you can't get it, then it's maybe just not for you. Because good well now, whenever you read the precept, I just always remember the first Samuel. But let's just get this real quick. This is Amos chapter 8 verse 4. It says, hear this, O ye that swallow up the needy, even to make the poor of the land to fail, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn? So there's a people that is there for the new moon for cut, so they can basically sell corn, buying and selling. Because again, on the Sabbath, I'm supposed to rest and I'm supposed to do the same for transaction, marketing, and merchandising. It says, on the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by the seat. So this is them basically one do transaction ultimately. And I must say, you can't wait until the new moon cut, their Sabbath cut, so them can actually do them business. So really believe that's the point. I said me don't want to make this short and concise, and I believe the Spirit led to that. Say the first day of the month is actually a new moon, and also is the Sabbath. Right, I'm doing the blowing of the trumpets, that was clear. That I'm doing the time of David and Jonathan and Saul, that was clear as well. The new moon is actually the first day of the month, which is a Sabbath or a Sabbath. And then from there, you don't count 6 more days where you walk. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 7-day Sabbath again. You know, so that's where we so-called James and call it, oh, you missed this, you missed that. You know, or basically information is from the scriptures. So I would say the new moon or the Sabbath is based on the new moon because that's in the scriptures. You know, so it's not from Friday Eve to Saturday Eve because that's actually was given to us by men. That's why scripture say, we don't follow. See, we can get that real quick. It's all about us following the scriptures here. The scriptures say coming to this truth is supposed to be a new man. Right, so we're putting off the things that will start to us in this world and let's follow the scriptures. Whether we like it or not, whether we so-called feel comfortable with it or not, you know, it is what it is. Just about, you know, what is right and what is wrong according to the scriptures. So I can just get this real quick. It's not exactly where I thought it was in at first. First Peter, but you know, I think I know Timothy, but that's fine. First quote is actually well, yeah, I think of another one now. It's slightly throw me off. But the scripture says we have not followed cunningly devised fables, right? And basically the traditions, or I think it's a rudiments of men, right? So when we speak, it's supposed to basically be our intimate follow. It's supposed to just be of the scriptures, you know, in our Bible, as written, if they speak not according to this word, because there is no light in them, yeah, right? So look for it. So, okay. See, we can just do a quick research. So, okay. Here. Um, well, it's actually Colossians. This one is. So this is This is Colossians 2 verse 8 says, where lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit after the tradition of men. So the whole idea from Friday to Saturday is actually the tradition of men after the rudiments of the world and not after Yahushai, because true Sabbath based on the new moon, you know. Next one is no, sorry, Peter, another one I look for. Second Peter 1:16, for we have not followed cunningly devised fables when we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, but we are eyewitnesses of his majesty. You know, so with that hope this edifying to you like out there, you know, give it all praise to our Paul, Yahweh, Hashem Shai, Hashem Kakarash, the wonders and two elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the full leg. Shalom.